Welcome to our Park Lane Leader webinar for this Friday, January 30th. I'm Tom. I'm your host, standing in for Shannon Pell. You know, this is a great company because we have a great bench. Like Scott is our star player, but you know, when he can't be there, there are great people who support you, and I am proud to be one of our bench players, and I get to step up and enjoy the Leader webinar with you, and I got some great things to share. Starting with all your promotional programs. Now, the Heart's Desire, this has been an incredible customer special, and this is extended keep on booking. What that means is this is extended through convention. So you know what you have working now up until convention for your customer special, the Heart's Desire, and it's been a fabulous, the Hope Necklace. It's been a fabulous customer special. The Say Yes Gift Heart's Desire ring and the Hostess Special Heart's Desire necklace. I'm so excited today. They're extended. Keep booking. So these are extended up until convention, and you have these tools to work with. The $500 Hostess BOGO for our brand new people. I always explain, buy one, get one. So many people around the world don't know what BOGO means. When she has a $500 net show, for every one she buys, she gets another one free. Triple HRCs, Hostess Reward coupons. That continues through convention. So those are both extended. Keep booking, because we know what's going on. We know a lot more, too. You've got the fabulous Jewelry Lovers card. This is an incredible way to stay connected here in the States. We don't offer this around the world. For any of you who don't know, I work internationally for Park Lane, and we don't have that special. It is a great way for you to connect. We're going to have some training on it at convention with how you connect using social media, but this is a great way for people who love our product to stay connected with us. Take advantage of it. It really is. Use the tools you're given, because this is a great tool. The Leadership Cash Bonus, it is created in your name, and you know that now you get double points up to February 11th for every promotion you have. It is designed and rewarding for you as leaders. And the best way to tell Park Lane you appreciate it is get money. Make them pay you. And you know, as an area with 3 branch directors getting double points, you'd get $1,000 if you promoted 3 branches. 4 shows and 1 recruit. You can do it. Leadership Cash Bonus, it goes on, and boy, we love giving out those checks. Everything is in your February Network magazine. It will be available for upload after the leader meeting today. I know I probably don't have to do this commercial, but I have to keep one printed by my desk for 4 different places now. And it's so important because I take and I print it, and everything is in there, all I need. So make sure to do that. Try to get your people in a habit to doing that. Oh, I don't want to print it. Well, you know, everything is in there. And if you're focused on your business, it's a great place to get the answers. So what else is going on? The new trip contest. It's going on now. So there are so many reasons to really start working your business now, getting your people engaged now. Where are we going next? Who cares? I mean, 2 things about that, honestly. Number 1, we do care, but we know Park Lane trips are so incredible that we're going to be there. Hats off to all of you who worked this last week to earn Paris. But where are we going next? It's amazing. It's truly amazing. Everybody in the world wants to go where we're going. So it's exciting, and everything in February counts. That's the big news. There is no gap. From January we end into the February commission month, everything counts, everything we're doing now. Now, is it better to have some activity now and start building your business here at convention where we're going? Be so excited and already have some business that you've done, or get excited at convention and then start working. You know, the people who start now and stay ahead are going to be so excited when we get there. We know the tools we've got. We know it counts for the trip, and it's February. It just naturally, people are getting their bills for Christmas. It's a great time to recruit and offer people free jewelry when they have a show. The other thing you're going to hear a big focus on is the power of 8. And, you know, this is grounded in history of direct sales and with Park Lane. Because, you know, 8 will make you great is something we heard. I remember hearing 29 years ago when I started. This came up again. Scott was in Australia doing a training and talked about 8 makes you great. And he was talking about a leader who had 8 leaders directly underneath him, and then focusing each one and having 8. But, you know, that 8 will make you great. That works as a top leader. It works if you're a really growing branch or area and you want to focus on growth. I've always heard that 4 recruits a month will just keep you even. 8 will really have explosive growth. So 8 will make you great for recruits and your central team, you and the people directly to you. That'll really work to really grow that team. And thirdly, 8 shows a month. If you do 2 shows a week and have 1 recruit a month, you win everything at Park Lane. I mean, even the trip, that'd give you 4 recruits. So 8 will make you great. You're going to hear a lot of focus on, and you will get what you focus and reward and recognize, and all those things are going to happen. What we would ask you to do is embrace that 8 will make you great, because you're going to hear a lot of cool things about it in the coming months at convention and beyond. So embrace it now. Get a blingy number 8, where you start recognizing people initially in your team who have 8 shows in a month. And then when you get leaders in your team who have 8 recruits in a month, you get a nicer blingy 8 for that. So you focus on it and support it. I promise you that the company will be, and you're going to see some great things come up about this. Rich Rewards Club is an amazing program. I just have to shout that out. It's amazing in the gifts and the awards, and we love it when that free jewelry comes. I love the pictures of the Frozen that arrived at people's homes in the last, couple weeks. Silhouette was your December award. And then in January, there is a hint that is a little edge of a brand new ensemble that's going to be released at convention. So we love that they've been great gifts. I mean, look at the last 6 months. Look at the gifts we've had. But we know they're great. Park Lane Jewelry is always great. So $2,000 a month. You're focusing on 8 shows. They're going to do $2,000. So they all work together and all integrate together. Fabulous promotion, and there is that new product. You know that any new people that you have that have registered, that they've started since January 8th, and they have 500 or more in sales, they get free registration at convention. And you and I both know that the new people, excuse me, the greatest influence we have on people at convention is new people. Think back to your first convention. Think how it felt and what it did for you. You as a leader. It's incredible, and you get the opportunity to do that by getting your new people there. I'm here 29 years later because going to convention in Chicago at the Lincolnshire Marriott, it made the difference, and I know it will with your people. So that's why we do that with the free for new, and we hope you've got new people who are coming because it'll make a big difference. Hey, I wanted to give a second, just a quick global perspective. And somebody asked if it's recorded. We are recording today, and we'll make that available for you this afternoon. I wanted to give you a global perspective because that's where I work mostly, and I talk to people all around the world who have been part of direct sales companies, but not Park Lane. And so not only launching new businesses in new countries, but potentially, perspectives we have. What do we do at Park Lane that makes us so much better and more appealing? And I tell you this because we forget to talk about this stuff sometimes. Sometimes we just take it for granted. And what I'll share with you in the global perspective is that you get to see it. I get to see it in fresh eyes, people who have never seen us and aren't in America where everything is. But what are the 3 things? Well, number 1, our customer bonus item sale is honestly the best anywhere. And just to be honest with the global perspective, we don't do free internationally, so they don't get the free one at 60 and 90. They're paying $14 or $17 or euros or whatever it is. And it still is the best anywhere. People look at us and go, how can you do that? People with experience in direct sales, many years, go, how can you do that? And what counts? Well, that all counts. It all counts for the trip, everything. It really is. No one can match up to that. We sometimes forget about that. We love to talk about our jewelry, but anything in that catalog is theirs for $14. So that's number 1. We have an amazing, and it's a core program that is so strong we do it everywhere, and it has been incredibly successful everywhere. Secondly, we have an incredible hostess plan. In the party plan business, now we're in direct sales party plan. There's also the MLMs. In party plan business, the hostess plan is the single greatest tool to help you book future shows. And in party plan, that's like a big deal, right? We'd all agree. That's huge that we have a tool to help us book shows. when you look at the program and you look how much Hostesses get, I'm on email notifications, newsletters for the other direct sales companies. So I get there in January, a Hostess gets $50 extra free. And she does this when she has a $500 show with 4 buying guests. Our program is so incredible, and sometimes we just forget. We forget that it is that good, and just to highlight that. And thirdly, we offer a compensation plan that rewards salespeople more generously than anyone else. How we show our career, 30 to 35 is a branch, 40 is an area, to 45 is a division. When you look at the personal commission growth and you look at those overrides, and in the States, listen, it is exciting around the world that we pay personal commissions monthly, and then we pay overrides at the end of the month. They're so excited because around the world, they're paid one time a month. In direct sales companies, many of them, you turn in sales all month long, but at the end of the month, about halfway through the next month, you get your personal commissions and get your overrides. We get everything every week in Park Lane. That is not. There are some companies that will tell you, yeah, we do that. There are very few. You can count on 2 hands, and there are the hundreds and thousands of direct sales companies. So 3 really great things, just a global perspective I give you that as I talk about our great company around the world, it is so awesome when you see the response to that. And I wanted to share that with you because it helps remember, yeah, we really do have some amazing things that we can offer. Thank you. Somebody's commenting about how animated I am when I talk. That's it. Wait till you see the costume at convention. Okay, registration is still going on. You can still register up to the 2nd week of February. Early bird registration ended on the 28th. The Best of the Best contest is going on now. This is through the 11th, so we have another 2 weeks. 25 shows and 5 recruits gets you either $1,000 cash or the genuine diamond and amethyst ring. What a great choice to have to make, isn't that? And we realize, too, that that's gravy, right? I mean, we made money and we got overrides and we got the benefits of everything else, but that's gravy, that bonus. Those will be awarded. We'll recognize you at convention, and you'll get your choice of the ring or $1,000 cash. How fun! We should have these choices every week, huh? All the great excellence in group sales. We recognize all of our U.S. tops in group sales and recruiting, then internationally well recognized together, then we recognize tops in the world. We're very excited because the world is very excited about Park Lane, but we're an American company, so Americans should be tops in the world. This comes from the international guy, but it's the truth. We're Americans. We're the best country in the world. So we hope many of you are really driving because this, again, you've got another 2 weeks. And, getting people active now for that common cause of you being up on stage, that's a behavior. That's like making our kids eat broccoli. That's a good behavior. They'll be so happy they're active when they hear where we're going. So you've got that. We've also got the special personal recruiting, personal sales, group sales, our one moment in time. This is it. If you haven't experienced it, I want you to. If you have, you'll understand what I say. After the marriage to my wife and the birth of my children, being recognized as number 1 in the company at a big convention is probably like right up there in the top 3 things in life. It's so cool. It is your one moment in time, and we live to make you feel that way on Saturday night at Park Lane. So we're excited. Hey, a little bit of training that you're going to see followed up with in your leader email. And this comes from Shannon, shared this, so asked me to share with this, but she didn't know that I'm kind of a Mark Cuban fan. And this is 5 quotes from a gentleman named Mark Cuban. He's a billionaire. He made his money. He's self-made, too. He didn't come from money. He really made it. As a young teenager, he started a tech company, and much like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, he really did make his own way. And he sold it, and he does a number of other things, including he's on a TV show called The Shark Tank. He is kind of arrogant, but that arrogance is confidence, I've always seen. And lastly, he owns the Dallas Mavericks, and I'll show you that great picture on the next screen. But here are 5 quotes from Mark, and they're really great quotes. And number 1, he says, work like there is someone working 24 hours a day to take it away from you. Now, as someone who the last 15 years of my life has been a corporate person, we always are conscious of that. I mean, you always have somebody who wants your job, and you have to work and make sure you give value to your company. But you know what? We work for ourselves. And there's always somebody else, some other company that's trying to get that person or trying to build in that area. And really, when you work, now this does not mean you work 24 hours a day. It means when you work on your business, you work with a passion, like someone's trying to take that away from you. And when you have that passion, it comes through, doesn't it? It really does. So that's number one. Number two, it's not in the dreaming, it's in the doing. What this means is dreaming is great, but it's all in the application. This is so true. This is actually even biblical. We're studying this in our small group at church, and what it says is I use the paint analogy. It's you can tape up your house, you can sandblast it, you can go buy the paint, you can have it in the garage, you can have the paints and the rollers and everything, but nothing matters until you apply it. It's all in the application. It's all in taking what you know and putting it into action, and that's what he says here. Great quote. Number three, it doesn't matter if the glass is half empty or half full. All that matters is that you're the one pouring the water. This is why we're in direct sales. This really is, because we decide every day what we're going to do. We decide that it's going to be half full because we pour the water. What he's saying there is when you're the boss, you're pouring the water. You decide. And guess what? We are. In Park Lane, in this position, you are pouring the water. So you're already doing one of Mark Cuban's very important quotes. Here's the other picture of him. This is Mark on his private jet smoking a cigar with the NBA Dallas Mavericks trophy the year they won. Now, he's smoking on a plane. But when it's your own plane, you can do whatever you want. Number four, he says, whenever I see people doing something the way it's always been done, the way it's supposed to be done, following the same old trends, well, that's just a big red flag to me to go look somewhere else. You understand this. People get marred in a certain way of doing things. If you have any experience from another direct sales company, you know, because you knew the way you did things and you came here and there was a different way. You thought, ooh, this is different. But it really is, always look for a way to improve. Always look for a way to do something better. One of the things I've always done is done exit interviews. When people leave the business, I call them and I want to know what happened with your experience and tell me what we could have done better. And so you always can improve and get better. There are some things, though, that you're glad people stay glued to. And that was the thing I shared with you from a global perspective. Our great customer plan, our amazing hostess plan, our incredible compensation plan, I want us to keep doing. And we have, as a company, we continue to do those three things because they're so important to the overall driving of the success of the business. Last but not least, number five, every no gets me closer to a yes. This is something that we learned, 30 years ago when I started in the business. It's the numbers game. And so I used to love to keep track because when I'd get a no, I knew out of every 5 people I asked, I would get 1 yes. And when I'd get a no, I'd keep track of it because I knew that yes was coming. Then I also could measure it. So then it was 2 out of 5, and then it was 3 out of 5. And I'm always still trying to improve, but every no we get gets us closer to a yes. And asking, is it no, not now, or no, not ever, will also give you a pool of people you can follow up on. But every no gets us better and gets us closer to yes. Great quotes from Mark Cuban. Again, you'll see a write-up on this in the leader, and really, really good direction to follow. Hey, I wanted to ask you a question. What y'all doing Monday night? You can tell I live in the South, but I'm not really Southern. But Monday night, we have our opportunity webinar, and we still have an amazing special, the 129 starter kit for our standard kit, which includes registration, goes through convention. This is another thing that has been extended through convention. Okay, well, it's just wrong not to take advantage of it now, right? Because all these recruits are going to count for the trip and for everything, and we'll have an opportunity that after convention it'll go back to the normal price. So if you would like some help in doing that, I want you to mark your calendar, a couple things coming up. Monday night at 8 p.m. Chicago time, 9 p.m. for us on the East Coast, adjust accordingly, and if you're on the West Coast, that's 6 o'clock. But it's Monday, February 2nd, is our opportunity call, and this is the one, I get to be the point guard, the leader on this one. This is the monthly one we do in the U.S., and I probably don't say anything different than you say to people, but they hear it from someone else. And that's third-party verification. That's always good. I'm kind of checking some chats. The specials are extended through convention. So really, you know how Park Lane works. We will have those in there for the month. But at convention, the new items start, and people want to use the new items the minute they hear about them, but you'll have them through convention. So I didn't want anybody to worry about that, and that answers a couple of you had a question. Thanks. Again, Monday night, one other screen will show you that. The Spanish training call and our Spanish leader call follows this one. We do it at noon Central Time, but the Spanish training call is next Friday, the 6th. All levels are invited, everybody. And if you have any Hispanic business or you're interested in developing that and you have some knowledge of the Spanish language, because it is done in Spanish, tune in on that. It's a huge opportunity. They love our business. We're looking in South America, Central America. We've got lots of places where people are excited about Park Lane. So, and the next leader webinar, Shannon Pell, the point guard on our leader webinar, will be back on February 27th. That'll be the Friday after convention. That'll be a really important one. So mark that on your calendar. Again, it's 11 o'clock Central Time on the 27th, and that'll be the leader webinar after convention. I'm sure a lot of stuff on there will be answered for you that you'll be thinking about after convention. Monday night, our opportunity webinar, you'll get this in the at a glance this week, the update. And I posted on my Facebook page when I'm doing it on Monday, but it's at 8 o'clock Chicago time. Adjust your time zone. And it's 17 minutes. And it really is. I talked the first 13 minutes about the benefit of Park Lane and the last 4 minutes about, okay, if you're going to say yes now, here's what you do. And it really will be the same things they hear you say, but it just comes from someone. They hear from a different voice, 29 years in direct sales and working all around the world for Park Lane. It has some value for somebody to hear it from someone other than you. The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. We know that. We know that we're coming into a convention that is going to be amazing. Convention this year, incredible. And we want you to be there in a position to take advantage of everything you hear. That happens when people start to move now. You've got great reasons now. You've got all our current specials. You've got all the recognition for convention we still have 2 weeks into. We know the anticipation of this new trip, and you know everything's counting. Booking blitzes, sometimes we do this after the new catalog. Why wait till after you see everything and after you hear everything? Why not do the booking blitzes now to get the bookings on the books so everybody's really excited when they hear all that we have to share at convention? Thank you so much for joining us live.